This is Lacy Robertson, the hardest working woman in mortgage and real estate nationwide, and I'm here to bring you this week's report of California companies that will be laying off workforce where we receive their notice between July 1st through July 10th. Now, if you're new to me, before I ask you to like, share, comment on this video, I want to tell you why me sharing this information is so important. So, as many years ago, I was getting ready to purchase a piece of property. Now, you got to know I was excited. I was getting ready to get this new property. The seller was excited they were going to get the proceeds of selling the piece of property to me. I had signed loan documents. I go to work hours later, and I find out that myself and 399 other people were getting laid off that day. You can only imagine how devastated I was. I was like, oh my gosh, they can't fund this loan. So I had to call my mortgage broker, call my real estate broker, say, look, I don't have a job. I faxed them over the paperwork. Yes, I said fax. So, it was a long time ago. Um, so I, got them the information like, look, you can't fund this loan. Like, I don't have a job. Thankfully, I was able to unravel the transaction. But unfortunately, I lost money in the process, right? I didn't get my deposit back. I didn't get the money I spent for a home inspection, termite inspection, appraiser. I didn't get that money back. So the reason why I share this information is twofold. One, I want you to know, or at least I want to share the information just in case your company may be on the list. Like, what would you do differently if there was a possibility that you might get laid off? Like, would you not buy that new house or new car? Or would you refinance or get some of your finances in line, start aggressively saving? Would you dust off your resume and kind of put some fillers out there before the rest of everybody is looking for a job in your field? Would you start that new job or write that new book? Like, what would you do differently if there was a possibility that you might get laid off? And then secondly, I want you to know that you don't have to lose your house just because you lost your job or you're facing a financial hardship. Doesn't matter whether that financial hardship is due to a death, divorce, illness, injury, or layoff. It doesn't matter. I want you to know there's options out there for you, but they're not automatic. So you got to pick up the phone and call me. So this is a good place for me to give you my phone number, right? So my number is 714-914-7254. I've been helping clients for years lower their mortgage payment, make it more affordable so they don't have to exhaust all their savings trying to make their mortgage payment each month. So before I get started giving you the California companies where we received and processed their notice between July 1st and July 10th, where they will be laying off workforce, let me share my screen and let you know how I was able to help a client, because I can show you better than I could tell you, right? Yes, I can. So let me share this screen with you. You should be able to see my screen right now. So this borrower, homeowner, they had a mortgage. Their mortgage payment I've highlighted over here was $2,342.98. Now that included principal, interest, taxes, and insurance, right? They had a 4% over a 4% interest rate, 4.07% interest rate, but it was an ARM. So their interest rate was constantly going up. So I was able, they called me, they had, had a loss of income. I was able to come in, and you see the highlighted here. I brought their mortgage payment from $2,342.98, including principal, interest, taxes, and insurance. I got it down to $1,921.09. Now get a load of this. That did include principal, interest, taxes, and insurance, but it also was a fixed rate at 4%. For 5 years, and then it maxed out at 4.125. So it was a short arm, not compared to what they had before, saved them a load of money. And then I also got them principal forgiveness. I'll highlight it here. I got them principal forgiveness of over $63,000. Would you like about over 60 grand taken off your principal balance, like forgiven, never have to worry about it again. So this homeowner, I was able to save them over $400 a month right here, right? Over $400 a month. They had their principal for forgiveness of over $60,000 a year. Or I'm sorry, over 60,000, period. Over $60,000. And for that, they were super excited. They were able to stay in their home, even though they had a loss of income. So I just wanted to share that with you because I'm really passionate about making sure I put out this video every single morning. Every week, Monday morning at 5 a.m. because what would you do differently if you were listening to my video and you heard your company? So here we go. I'm going to give you the name of the company. I'm going to share this list in alphabetical order. You're going to get the name of the company. You're going to get the date they're laying off. You're going to get how many people they're laying off and the address. I'm also going to let you know now, I'm starting to share whether it's a permanent closure or, a closure that's permanent, if it's a layoff that's permanent, or, if it's temporary. So I'm also going to try to give you that information too. Okay, so let's get started. We don't have that many on the list, so that is a great thing. I'm excited about that. We don't like this list to be too long, not because I don't want to share it, but that means that's just more people that's affected, right? So here we go. August 29th, we have, let me see. Hold on. I said I'm going to give this to you in alphabetical order, so let me do that. Okay, so currently, make sure we are... okay, here we go. So September 1st, Cargill Meat Solutions is laying off 20 people at 3115 South Fig Avenue in Fresno. That layoff is permanent. Okay, August 30th, Circus Dog Productions is permanently laying off 36 people at 5433 Laurel Canyon Boulevard, Valley Village. August 31st, Constellation Brands Inc. is closing their office permanently. They're laying off 6 people at 2399 North State Street in Ukiah. August 29th, Delta Apparel is it's a permanent closure. They're laying off 5 people at 201 Main Street in Huntington Beach. September 5th, F&E Aircraft Maintenance, DBA is FEAM Aero LLC. The layoff is permanent. They're laying off 26 people at 1490 South Vineyard Avenue, Suite D in Ontario. August 31st, Henry Avocado Corporation. They're closing their doors. They're laying off 8 people at 13501 Mutama Road in Valley Center. Then on that same day, August 31st, Henry Avocado Corporation, their closure is permanent. They're laying off 19 people at 2355 East Lincoln Avenue in Escondido. September 6th, Hybrid Promotions, Hybrid Apparel, it's a temporary layoff. So it's not permanent, it's temporary. They're laying off 24 people at 5701 Skylab Drive in Huntington Beach. Yeah, September 6th, Hybrid Promotions this closure is permanent now, by the way, is 22 people they're laying off at 6060 Business Center Court in San Diego. September 9th, Intuit Inc. is a permanent layoff of 384 people at 2700 Coast Avenue in Mountain View. September 9th, Intuit Inc. is a permanent layoff, is laying off 215 people at 7535 Torrey Santa Fe Road in San Diego. September 6th, Novartis Pharmaceuticals Corporation, they're permanently closing. They're laying off 29 people at 10210 Campus Point Drive, number 350 in San Diego. Then you have September 1st, Refrachnik North America Inc. Hopefully I said that correctly. It's a permanent closure. They're laying off 8 people at 14549 Manzanita Drive in Fontana. Last but not least, August 31st, Western Specialty Contractors. They are permanently closing. They're laying off 8 people at 1501 Wicks Boulevard in San Leandro, California. So that's the end of this week's list of California companies where they will be laying off workforce, where we received and processed their notice between July 1st and July 10th. Remember, there are options available for you. You don't have to lose your house just because you lost your job or you're facing a financial hardship. I want you to reach out to me. I want you to pick up the phone and dial 714-914-7254. I'm all things mortgage and real estate. I've been helping clients for years, you know it, whether it is finance real estate, whether it's purchase or sell real estate. And when life gives you lemons, I help you make lemonade. So if you've experienced a loss of income due to a death, divorce, illness, injury, or layoff, I help you keep your home or avoid foreclosure by any means necessary. So I'm Lacy Robertson, the hardest working woman in mortgage and real estate nationwide. I look forward to working with you and for you. And until then, have a blessed day.